guys. Okay, today I am off to Melksham, lovely sunny day. I'm going to see 3 dogs, which means I'm just trying to remember all the different things I need to look at. Obviously it is all written down in my notes, so I'll be fine when I'm there, but I'm trying to remember it for this little talk. Anyway, 2 mini short-haired Dachshunds, which are going to be very cute, obviously. I know one of them is really nervous and timid and runs away from people, you know, doesn't want anyone new around her, and quite clingy with her owner, and will actually growl if somebody else comes near when she's with her owner. So obviously we need to look at that. The other one sounds like she's a lot more confident, but she has got some barking issues, so she barks for attention. She'll bark if the owners are hugging each other, which is actually quite a common issue. And oh gosh, I think that was about it. I think they've all got recall issues to an extent. The third dog is a Labrador with just really friendly, typical lab, but too friendly, will run up to everyone and every dog and just want to say hi to everything. So yeah, that needs sorting, because that's just not, although he's being really friendly, it's not okay, because, you know, he could run over to someone who's scared of dogs, he could run over to another dog that's nervous. It's just not okay, so we need to sort that out. And all 3 of them are barking when visitors arrive and people walking past, and yeah, so there's quite a lot going on. It should be an interesting and fun session. Looking forward to seeing them all. From what I can remember from the phone call, they've all been quite spoilt and babied, which is a classic way to create behavioural issues with your dogs. So a little bit textbook, that one. But you know, we're all guilty of it. We all humanise our pets, and you know, we want to think that they're just like us, but with more cuteness and fur. Unfortunately they're not. Their brains aren't like ours at all. They don't understand every word we're saying. Obviously they pick up cues and triggers and body language, and yes, they're going to learn to associate certain sounds with certain actions, but that's not the same as knowing the meaning of a word. So the humanization side of things is not beneficial for your dogs at all. It generally is something that makes us feel good, but it's not actually doing the dogs any favors, because they just want to be dogs. So I think we've got a fair bit of work to do in terms of getting these 3 back to being dogs and not being treated like furry babies. So that's going to be the first step, is putting that lovely leadership in place and just changing the owner's perspective on how she sees them, and therefore how she behaves with them, so that we can get some confidence and some respect, because generally the more you baby a dog, the more insecure they get. So this is what causes a lot of these reactivity issues and nervous issues, is the dog just, you know, gets very clingy, and when they're not being clingy, they don't quite know how to deal with life. So yeah, there'll be a lot of leadership, a lot of raising confidence, and for the lab that is going to be the most confident of the 3, we need to calm her down and get some good recall in there and some good training for all of them, and I think they're going to be grand. So yeah, looking forward to this. I will try and take lots of videos, and I will get back to you afterwards as usual. Oh my goodness. Oh, you just want everyone to love you. Well, it's not too noisy. Okay. Right.
Now found a voice.
Okay. Okay, I'm walking. I just want to get a video of her doing beautiful heel work. Wow. Slack lead, no pulling. Same thing with little Miss Lottie. Good girl, Lottie. So nice. So nice. Willow, come. Yes. Yay, got both of them. Good girls. Well done. Oh, they're being so good. Lottie! Lottie, come. Yes, oh, and Willow as well. Good girls. Good girls. You two are so easy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. What's this? Sit. Wait. Come. Yes, good, good. Oh, excuse me, Lottie. That was Willow's treat. You want to do a sit wait as well? Wait. Come. Yes, good girl. They're so good. They're so good. Oh. We got 3 really chill doggies. And they're not on the sofas. And it didn't take long at all. Oh my God, they're so cute.
What if I
oh my
went to a hotel
goodness,
for
you're
3
so
nights?
good.
Well, you're away this weekend.
Look at you two. Okay guys, well that was just lovely. Really lovely owners and really lovely dogs. So little Mabel, bless her, yes, she is very, very shy still. Very nervous, doesn't want to come and get fusses from strangers. But they've not had her very long, so I know for considering they haven't had her very long, all going well in terms of bonding with them, so that's good. And the other two, yeah, Willow's just a classic feisty little Daxie, and Lottie's just a very classic food orientated, want to please and want all the attention Labrador. So yeah, it was they were actually so good. They learned so quickly. Definitely very much not used to being ignored. They were very much used to just getting whatever they demanded. So yeah, they were quite spoiled, bless them, but you know, by no means bad dogs. Lovely dogs, and actually really did want to learn and please. I think that there wasn't enough mental stimulation going on, so they're getting bored, which exacerbates the attention seeking and the barking in the garden and, you know, chasing and wanting to go and play with everything. You know, if they're not getting the mental stimulation, then they're gonna have to try and find their fun somewhere else, which is exactly what was going on. So yeah, so it was actually quite, I would say, easy. There's a fair amount to do, especially in terms of leadership. We've also got, which I forgot to mention in the initial talk, they've never been left. They're sleeping in the bedroom, they've never been left in the daytime. So yeah, definitely separation anxiety issues, and you know, they can't even go out as a family for a meal or anything in the evening because they're just not able to leave the dogs, which is just nuts. So we spent a lot of time working on that, and we're going to set some new boundaries and have a perfect little dog room and get them used to that. So I think in general that the leadership and the boundaries is going to really raise their confidence and make them feel a lot more secure. And everything I did with them, they just picked it up so quickly. I mean, we weren't able to take Mabel on a proper walk because she's never been walked. She's come from an ex-breeding situation where I think she's just been in a kennel and hasn't actually been walked or anything. So I had to put the harness on her for the first time ever, and spend some time trying to get her used to the sensation of having that pressure on the harness and being walked. And that's going to take her some time. You know, that we're going to do that with a little and often approach and just get her used to the idea that this walking thing isn't as terrifying as you think. So obviously we couldn't take her on the same walk as the other two, but now they know what they're doing with that. They will get her out walking with the other two. It's just going to take a bit of time and a gradual process. And then the other two went from pulling like crazy on their harnesses to within seconds literally walking like angels on a completely slack slip lead, which, yeah, I think was a bit of a shock, a happy shock, but yeah, that was pretty amazing. And they were just angels then on their walks. You know, they went from lunging towards distractions like other dogs or people to want to get attention, to just, you know, trotting on past, not really caring about the distractions. We did some long line work with both of them, and again, even on the long lines, when, you know, the leads were completely slack and they could have bolted, we saw a dog and they just were like, actually I'd rather come to you and do this fun training that we're doing. So they were just fantastic dogs, absolutely wonderful. They're going to be amazing. I know the owners are really committed, which is the most important part of everything. And yeah, just overall a really lovely session, and I'm really looking forward to going back in a couple of weeks. And well, I think it's next week, I can't even remember. Yeah, I think it's next week, next Friday we booked in, so there should be some big differences by then, and we can do a bit more work, hoping with Mabel. She'll be a lot more used to walking, and we can maybe get her out the front of the house with the other two and have another look at the recall, get them somewhere a bit more distracted where we've got some other dogs, so that we can see. We saw a couple of dogs, but we didn't see a huge amount of distractions, and I'd quite like next time to be somewhere where we've got a lot more distractions, just so that we can then work on everything they've been doing in that type of environment. So yeah, that's the next step. But overall, fantastic session. Really, really sweet dogs, all three of them, absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, lovely day, beautiful weather. What more could you want from life?